second region is known as Alakh Lok. So this is the region above the Sat Lok, and it is also known as the divine truth region. As we are attuning ourselves into the divine truth, here is where in divine truth everything is revealed. So what is revealed is your natural self. Yes, what is revealed is the greater love of God ever merging as one with you as the drop merges into the ocean, merges into the divine region. And within the divine region, this is already beyond perfection. It's already beyond cycles. It's beyond manifestation. It's beyond the creation of all the worlds, of all the 700 quadrillion universes, all the way down to our mini local Brahmanda universe. So all of this creation, this is transcendent of it all. You can only try to imagine, but that too isn't enough, because it is beyond any imagination. It's beyond any comprehension. It's beyond any assumption, any idea, any thought of what it may be. But yet, everyone can glimpse, everyone can taste, no matter at which level of consciousness you are. Everyone can taste the divine through meditation. It may not be sustained for long, but tasting it and allowing the divine truth to reveal itself to you, but essentially as you, right? This takes a bit more, let's say, maturity and further openness of consciousness for one to be able not to just taste, but further abide, further make that your true home, further even realize that actually this is my natural essence, my natural being. Well, it is beyond being, but so to understand divine truth reveals the source. Divine truth is revealing what is there overlooked, maybe 1,000 times that has been overlooked. So divine truth is light. Of course, this is light, also known as the invincible light, invincible plane, because it is untouchable, and because it's so pure and pristine, it's invisible. Can't see it with the physical eye, of course. You can't feel it with the 5 bodily senses. It's beyond anything related to this humanness, person, and even the subtle eye, the eye, that identity, even if it's the most subtle, but through the region of divine truth, even that most subtle squeeze or subtle resistance is brought up and is seen, because within divine truth, it's like 2 aspects is happening. So the one aspect is what is being revealed is your deeper essence of your nature. So, at the deepest level, it's God's nature being revealed to you in the divine truth, because it's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. So the light of divine truth reveals to you whom you truly are. But at the same time, what also illuminates is all the traces of twists and turns and squeezes that all are wired up with the I identity. So it has this beautiful way of encompassing all from all directions. And in the midst of meditation, you may experience that you at first may notice that you are coming closer to this divine truth region, but then you may notice that some resistances may come up. When they don't really come up, they're already there as they are, but where at the level where you normally are, they're not exposed. They are unseen because there isn't, let's say, enough of that divine light that is exposing, all the twists and turns and contractions and squeezes. Okay, you may call that tensions as well. But this can go to the most subtle level at this level. Because here as well, from another aspect, when we are working with self-inquiry, it is a state where there is so much luminosity, so much clarity, which is truth, divine truth, that is revealing all and everything, that with that power of divine light, you are able to see the root of the I thought, the root. So if you pause for a moment and you know that you are aware of thoughts when they arise, now the degree at this region of divine truth, it's so bright and clear that it gives you the possibility to work through those last, let's say, subtle squeezes of the I identity, which is actually rooted in the root of all thoughts. So when the capacity of the light is so evidently here and intense, you realize yourself to be even before the root of all thoughts. That is the degree of luminosity, of clarity, and of divine truth. So today's divine light immersion will be dedicated to this, because we will bring down the divine light from this region of divine truth, which is above the divine love region. And we have a very specific intention to reveal truth. Now, revealing truth can also look like revealing deeper love of God, revealing deeper presence of God, revealing the nature that is natural and unbound by anything or any cycles. And so that is what reveals. This is why divine truth is also love. In a deeper essence, divine truth is revealing to you what has always and already is here. But because of this identity, because all our focus and attention grips, attaches to the I, me. And me can also be the spiritual me. Me can also be anything you see yourself to be right now. So it may be a positive I or a negative I, but as long as there is identity, there is automatically attachment. There is automatically contraction. And because of that contraction or initial squeeze, we call that, initial squeeze, the expansive, boundless, open, divine light is unseen, is overlooked, because we are looking in the wrong direction. We're looking in the direction of the I thought. And the I thought is the grandiose thought, the thought of me, the thought of me, how I see the world, the thought of how I perceive everything. All of it makes the I, all of it. It's like one giant cloud that we attach to, we identify with, and we carry it with us all along. Yes? So that is why we overlook the nature of who we truly are, of our divinity and the divine bliss and light, because this is way too high and too deep and too subtle that no mind, no I, and neither the root of the I can ever grasp upon. Impossible. So for one to realize oneself as who you essentially are, the intensity of light needs to really mature, and that allows you to go beyond the root of all thoughts, of all identities. So this plane of divine truth reveals that I thought, or that squeeze, the initial squeeze from where the I rises from. So wherever there is an I, there's always a squeeze. And whenever there is a squeeze, there is always an attention towards the squeeze. So to give you an example, when you have a pain in your body, there's a squeeze in the body, isn't it? There's a squeeze or a tension, and then there's degrees of the pain of intensity. Naturally, automatically, your focus and attention is shifting directly towards the pain, shifting directly towards the tension. And that is an analogy of how a human being generally functions. In that squeezed attention, looking and focusing in the wrong direction, focusing on that tension in the body. But with the same analogy, when we disidentify from the tension in the body, or disengage from the tension of that particular part in your body, and you shift your focus and awareness around like a 360 degrees around the tension, and you stay here in the around space, what starts happening is that tension will start to resolve and unwind, and it opens up. It opens up, just like when you have a pressure in your head and you're focusing right in that pressure. You're holding the pressure yourself by your focus and attention. So you withdraw from that pressure in your head, or that intense energy in your head. You withdraw your focus and attention away from it, and you shift to a 360 degrees in the space around, and you will start to notice that that pressure is unwinding and resolving. And this is the same, really the same analogy. When our focus and attention is so fixated upon the I, the identity of who you think you are, right now, what molds you, even if you've done some decades of spiritual work. But if you look deeper, you're going to still find attachments to that I thought, the initial one, the core. And this you can only touch upon at the level of divine truth, because only there you have the absolute capacity to see clearly this really fine and subtle attachment, and going right beyond or behind that initial squeeze. And then, because you're behind it, you're behind the initial squeeze in that vast openness, and you're staying there, which is right here, then the I further dismantles. The I thought dismantles and dismantles, and you're not doing it. It's impossible. How can the doer touch upon the root of the initial squeeze of the I? It doesn't even reach there. So the dismantling and the resolution and unwinding process can only happen when you remain abiding in that divine light, truth, or divine love. When divine love, it's more like melting. Everything begins to melt away. But then in divine light, you see further structure. You see those really subtle squeezes, and they begin to unwind and resolve, because you're not placing your attention on the I. That is a misplacement. That is a wrong position, where all of humanity entering a physical body have been conditioned and programmed and coded to function in that way. And this is why when we are meditating, when we are tuning and receiving divine light, divine love, they're all light anyways. They're all light, which light becomes more intense and more clear and clear and clear and clear, but it's all pure light, all of it, all the way to the source, God consciousness. And once you begin to receive that and familiarize with that and surrender to that and see your true nature, allow that to be revealed over and over and over, then this reversing process takes place. Like reverse engineering the whole programming. Not just 3D matrix, but 4D matrix, 5D matrix, 6D, 7D, 8D, they're all matrices. All of them are matrices. Because every dimension, every region has its own laws and programs, although on higher and higher regions, it's becoming more and more positive. And then they go beyond duality, and then it's only positive, and then it's only purity. But beyond all matrices, all programs, all laws is divine nature. Well, divine has a law, it's the law of love, it's the law of God, but it's no matrix. So in divine truth, you touch upon it reveals, it's being exposed, the deepest matrix at the highest level. It's the core of the I thought, the core of the identity.